Hey, Gretchen Wilson is with us. How are you?
I'm kind of with you.
Well, you got.
I've been all over the place.
You got one of those little fruity, tiny little cups of coffee.
Yeah,
that's
it's
a cappuccino.
like power packed though. You don't need a bigger cup than this.
It's like a thimble.
Yeah, I had one earlier. That is way intense.
Is it?
Way
I'm
intense.
hoping that it is.
Well, now I know you're all geeked up about the Cardinals.
Of course.
And I mean, this had to have been as exciting for you. Growing up rooting for the Cardinals as anybody else.
Yeah, I got to actually. I made it back to my television to watch the very end of Game 5, and I was sitting on the couch with my little girl, and she's hilarious. She's going, "One more out, Mommy, and we win the World Series." And I said, "Yes, we're going to win the World Series." And she said, "Please don't jump up and down and scream and embarrass me." And I said, "Okay," but I did it anyway.
How often do you get back home?
Not as much as I'd like to. I'm trying to plan I got to plan these just Mission Impossible drop downs that nobody knows about. And just kind of sneak in and out, and I try to just make it over to where Big O is, wherever he happens to be, or wherever he's set up at that time, and because that's usually where most of my old pals are. So just try to sneak in and sit around and have a few beers at the bar every once in a while.
It's funny, we always get calls like, well, my cousin's brother knew someone who knew Big O and Gretchen, and he saw Gretchen one time before.
I know.
And then you get that all the time.
I end up seeing a lot of people that I do know, and I remember, from just different places. I did a book signing in Columbia, Missouri, a few days ago. It seems like 2 weeks ago, but it was a few days ago, and the first person in line was the new wife of the best friend of an ex-boyfriend of mine.
Oh,
and
boy.
It was like I remembered everybody that she was talking about it, and it was cool to be able to say hi to everybody. No.
She want a karate fight?
No.
Right now, we're throwing down. Stop signing books. We're going to karate fight.
It could happen, though. I mean, I have to be on my lookout all the time.
Well, let's talk about the book. What's the deal? You just, I'm going to write a book.
No, I don't know. I just kind of feel like that I've never been able to really explain to anybody what I feel, what I mean when I say I'm proud to be a redneck. Mm-hmm. And this book kind of explains it from my point of view. It explains it from my mom's, my grandma's, my aunts, and a whole bunch of other redneck women that I grew up around that I thought were very inspiring and that are never going to be rich and are never going to live in a 4,000 square foot house, and they're never going to... Some of them won't be anything more than a housewife, but that's perfectly okay because they're really happy being that, and I think that the rest of the world should leave them alone.
Leave them alone.
That's right. Let them be what they want to be, and everybody should feel great about being who they are. You don't have to answer to anybody but yourself, It's irritating to me to see... people just looking down on somebody because they live in a double wide, Mm-hmm. I mean, they've worked their whole life to buy that home, and that's enough for them. And if it's enough for them, it should be for you.
That's home.
It is.
I spent some time in a single wide myself when I was a kid.
Yeah. Some of the best people I know still live in trailer parks, and that's just the way it is.
Salt of the earth.
Yes.
Hey, the book is everywhere now, right?
It is.
So you can get it
anywhere
you want to get it.
It's everywhere,
online.
And it's been crazy. We've been working on that. I've been writing songs all summer for a new record that's going to hit in spring, and I'm performing on the CMAs, a new single from that record with John Rich, and it's a very sexy song, and I'm excited about it. And
are you going to get a special dress or anything for it?
No.
You have to get all dialed up for it because it's extra sexy?
No, I mean,
you're just gonna act it?
My
You're
thing
gonna show
is
your
the
stomach
bustiers
like that thing,
and
that
jeans,
stomach showing thing. You got the six pack,
right? With the California girls.
Yeah.
No, that was just. I'm just gonna do that once.
Just.
I'm waiting for Playboy to call. No, I'm kidding.
we could arrange that.
I'm kidding.
Gretchen Wilson and her stomach. Look for her book and a new song with John Rich and all that fun stuff coming up. Our hometown girl, Gretchen Wilson.
Thank you.
Great to talk to you.
You too. Thanks.
More coming up backstage. CMA Awards Week on 93.7 The Bull.